That might help. I forgot I didn't have my damn camera on. Hey, yes. Calm down. What up? Welcome everybody again to another episode of ACE of Spades Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus, aka E. I don't care what you call me, as long as you call me baby. You know what I'm saying? And I got another show for you guys, another banger for you guys here live and direct, man. Thank you whoever hit that thumbs up. I seen it in live time. Thank you so much. I didn't even get the chance to say that yet, but somebody's on their job. I see. Thank you for hitting the like button. Yes, welcome in. I got some show. I got a good show for you. A good lineup of different things, different topics and stuff like that. So we're gonna get into those things. Let me see. Hold on. Let me. Whew, little razzle dazzled here. Okay, it was a yeah. Diz Riz don't be playing around, man. I was like, it had to be. That sounded like a Diz Riz thumb up. So appreciate that. But yeah, we got a good show going on. I got a different topics that we're gonna go over and talk about. Right, I want to kind of break this down just a little bit and get a little bit of understanding of what's going on in the world around us. Right. So that's what we're gonna be doing. All right. Now it is the last Sunday of the month. So therefore, we thank you whoever hit the like button. Appreciate you. There is we will have an open discussion, and if you want to take part in it and bring up some questions or some things to talk about, I'm more than willing to talk about them. Give you our views and opinion on it. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll even open up the line. I'll let you jump in if you want to jump in. You know what I'm saying? I'll drop the link. You can jump in, talk about it as well. All right. So yeah. Outside of that, let's get this thing started, okay? So just a little bit of housekeeping. If you can, please hit the like button when you come in. Just drag your finger right across that thing. Do not be afraid to subscribe and hit the bell so you know every time we go live. All right. I appreciate you hitting the thumbs up so far. Thank you so much. Some people got some home training around here. I tell you what, you know, just step into the house and without saying hello to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. As well as if you want to hit the Cash App as well, there is a Cash App somewhere around here. You can hit that up. That's another way to help the stream as well. And what else do we got? It's open mic, so we're gonna talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. I do have some things selected already to talk about. However, I will be reminding you throughout the podcast that you can bring up a topic, come in, discuss, talk, chop it up. All right. And we can do that. All right. Now outside of that, I got would you like me to give you the intro, Steve? Thumbs up, yes. Thumbs up. Okay, all right. So we got Steve coming all the way from Chicago. You can check him on YouTube under Diz Riz ENT, as well as a whole bunch Diz Riz TV, Diz Riz Boondocks Review. Man, he does it all. Digital cinematography, the works. You can catch him at Diz Riz ENT. Man, please welcome in none other than Mr. Diz Riz ENT. Yes, sir, man.
What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I'm happy now. I'm happy to have you here. Happy to be here.
Hey, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Like Sam Cooke say, a change gonna come.
Yes. I feel that 100%, man. So I'm happy to, for you to be here and chop this up with me, man. Yeah. How's everything been going with you? We'll start there.
Man, hey, besides, being in the trap house, you know what I'm saying? I'm down here in Texas, you know what I'm saying, enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, just living life. Just living life, man, to the fullest. That's it.
Yes, sir. And I touched on it briefly with you off the air, but I want to know how is things going with the digital the gaming channel.
The gaming channel, man, it's getting back into effect. I had some YouTubers giving me the runaround, so I had to put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a short synopsis video in regards to just explaining my case. Pretty much appealing my case. Uh, I had to keep it up under. It took me back to Full Sail. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep it up under a certain time limit. You know what I'm saying? Which I got straight down to the point within. I believe it was within 2 minutes. Had to let them know. You know what I'm saying? If you could take my monetization, because they said that I'm gonna just spill the tea. I'm gonna just drop it for the viewers because I
Let's do it.
know I ain't been on here in a while, right?
All right. Yeah.
Um,
Matter of fact, I'll give you full
Pretty
screen. Go
much.
ahead.
No, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Hey,
Okay.
but all in all, pretty much what they said is that they said I was repurposing videos. And I was
Mm.
like, they said I was reusing and repurposing videos. And I was like, pretty much reusing and repurpose. I broke down the whole description of reuse and repurposing, and pretty much summed it up that if they would prefer not to use an AI and actually use a real person, they would know that it's not reused or repurposed. Each one of my videos, I have over damn near 2,000 videos. I'm on my Will Smith, so I'm trying not to curse, but I got almost roughly like 2,000 videos, throughout all four of my YouTube channels, and every video has its own thumbnail, has its own thorough description. Yes, I probably use similar, or I might use the same like links because my website won't change, my social media won't change, and all my business affiliations will not change. So that's going to be the same in every description. But the title and the first third or first fourth of the description will be different because I'm explaining what's the video about. Just to get in the algorithm and let the viewers know that never came to the channel before. Let them know what's good. So pretty much, I just have to sum that up in a 2-minute video to let them know that I'll take my editing talent to a different platform. I don't
Yes.
need YouTube because if you could take my monetization, by all means, it was never mine to begin with.
True.
So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And they know what I stand on. And I put it like this. I dropped that video. They said they needed it by November 11th. They needed the video by November 11th, or I have to go through the whole monetization portion and everything again. When I looked at it before before I published the video for them, for to submit it for the appeal, I looked at my monetization requirements. I already had the 4,000 watch hours within a year. I already had over 1,000 subscribers. As a matter of fact, last year this time, I think I was at maybe a little under 10,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 40,000. So I'm well over the threshold for it. I meet all the requirements. So why messing with me, Will Smith. So why you messing with me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, regardless, I'll take my editing talents to a different platform. I don't need your platform. It's other social media platforms out there that I can do. And as a matter of fact, I might end up just doing shorts on other platforms. You know what I'm saying? And just probably back off of YouTube because YouTube, with all the changes over the last 3 CEOs, they're not paying out like you would think they're paying out. So on like the average person on the outside looking in, thinking, "Oh, YouTube is making money." Look, I'll put it like this: I've been in Texas since. I haven't got a YouTube check since when did they pack up my house? August. So I haven't got a YouTube check since June.
Oh wow. Oh, you good? They doing what they supposed to be doing.
Yeah, yeah, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I'm back. And just spreading my seed, just taking it to different other platforms besides just solely relying on YouTube.
Yeah, man, I hear that. I think it's great to diverse as well, man. Be diverse in it. So, like you said, spread it out wide and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So, I can definitely understand that. Hi, Kings says Miss Zaya. What up, Miss Zaya? How you doing today? Hope all is well. Yes. So it almost took me back to the King of Spades, man. I was like, wait a minute, what show am I on right now? Wait a minute. So, but that's good to hear. I know that you said that you were also dropping some videos as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I just been just testing the water just to get back into that algorithm. Black Myth Wukong is a newer game that dropped in, I want to say August. I think it dropped in August. Yeah, August for PlayStation and PC. I think it's coming to Xbox in the near future, probably at the first of the year. Um, it's a dope like Chinese mythology, myth, pretty much video. In regards to telling the whole story of of the Monkey King, so to speak. If anybody's tried that or seen that in the past, it's pretty dope. The game is pretty much, man, spot on when it comes to the background of the Monkey King or Sun Wukong, so to speak. That's his name. So I've been on that, dropping videos in regards to that just to get back into that algorithm. See what's hitting, what's not. And since I did that appeal video, my views is going back up. So you know, all in all, it's working out. It's working out for the better. You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
up, man. That's good to hear. Messiah says diversity in all money making ventures. I hear that. Yeah. Cause I know that that was something that you were talking about with me before, and it seemed like you had a lot of excitement with that game as well. Now, have you had a chance to run Call of Duty Black Ops 6? And if so, which has been your experience with it thus far?
I have had a chance to dibble and dabble in Black Ops 6. I mean, me personally, I back to Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Um, just the gameplay. The gameplay was more realistic. And it was better clarity for some reason. I don't know what it is about Treyarch and their contrast, but it looked like people blended in, man. They got on the same colors as they got on the same colors as the boxes and the walls and stuff, so they blending in. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough, but it's all right. But me, I'd rather take it back to the Modern Warfare generation.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Rab in the building, man. What up, Rab? Rab said the gentleman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back live in effect. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into this thing too. It's just gonna get a little dicey. We're gonna try to get this thing to smooth out though. And
Uh
we
oh.
might have to
Uh
get
oh.
Rab on the game too, man. It's been a while since I was talking to him like, yo, we gotta get back in on it. But what about this GTA, man? While I got you on games, what about GTA? Have you heard about it? Have you seen it? Are you thinking about getting it? What's the word with that?
The GTA 6.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't know. It's hit or miss for me in regards to it. It's been so long, what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, shout out to my soldiers when I was stationed in Germany. They bought GTA 5 for my birthday. If they were
Okay.
watching, a salute to all five of them, for coming together, as a going away gift from Germany back to the States. We ran that when I was over in Germany. I played a little bit when I came back to the States. I had backed off of gaming for a while just to get me situated in the military and being back in the States. But once I graduated full sail, I was like, I'm gonna go full fledged when it comes to the video aspect of video gaming, cinematography in the video gaming realm. And anybody that has ever owned a PlayStation, they know PlayStation is solely about cinematography or cinematic videos in regards to the gameplay. Now they do have other games like 2K, FIFA, Madden and so forth, Call of Duty. But when it comes to like cinematic gameplay, if you're looking for a cinematic story, PlayStation, they got it right up the alley. Sony, everybody knows Sony drop not to 10. If it's a movie that's out in your local theater, it's coming from Sony. So they're very cinematic when it comes to it. That's why I publish videos of that, of that nature when it comes to cinematography.
Okay. More to love says, "Hey family, what up? More to love." Welcome in. What's your, and this is the last question I'll ask about it, but what is your go-to game now? What would you recommend for the people?
I recommend for the people, Black Men Who Come. If you don't have a PlayStation, just wait till it comes to your system. Um, uh, and Stellar Blade. I need to get back on, on dropping videos for that. I know last time before I left Kansas, I said I was going to be dropping videos on Stellar Blade. I recorded them, but it's on my hard drive and it's packed up in storage right now. That particular hard drive. So unless the viewers want me to just go ahead and do a whole new playthrough, I do a whole new playthrough. You know what I'm saying? I do that for the viewers if they interested. If they interested in it. But I'm calling it today, November 24th. Is this Thanksgiving? No, Thanksgiving coming up. It's soon. I know it's around the corner.
It's around the
It's either
corner.
this Thursday
Yeah.
or last Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'll mark, because usually the 24th is when we was in school, 24th, 23rd ish. That's when we usually get out of school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it November 24th, 2024. Black Men Who Come. It should win Game of the Year. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. The storyline, everything, even the history behind it, it's fantastic. So that would be a game that I recommend. And Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is dope too.
All right, man. Well, thank you for the recommendation. You know what I'm saying? And much success to the channel as well, man. I've been catching some of your videos that you upload. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to be the first one to hit the like button on there. So you know it was me. And speaking of like buttons, man, thank you to everybody that hit the like button when y'all came in. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. So I appreciate you so much for doing it. Now that was pretty much the calm before the storm. All right. Now we're about to get into some shit.
I got a question for you though.
Yes.
How do you get your spectrum so crisp and clear? Because my spectrum is trash over here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I guess just right now I'm lucky. I'll just say that. I think I didn't got lucky right now. To be honest with you, because normally it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, yeah. I don't think there was any rhyme or reason why it's looking crispy right now. I'm just glad that it is, and I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed and my toes crossed through this process that it stays that way.
I feel that.
I wish I knew. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into this thing, man. We're gonna get, we talked about the holidays, right? And the holiday season and things that are gonna be going on, right? And one of the things that I've noticed is how politics have seemed to play a part in in relationships, right? This first clip I'm gonna show is not basically a relationship necessarily. It's more so I don't know how to describe it. I think we're all on the same team type of thing. But let's see what this guy experienced, and then we'll come back on the other side and we'll talk about it.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok Live, and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family, and that I'm black, I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation, I love the MAGA family, and that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote? Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken.
So that's one experience from someone, and that was a black MAGA supporter. Okay. And look, Americans we don't like politicians as is, right? But by the numbers, a large percentage of black voters did not vote for Trump. So I was wondering, because so I covered this on the last podcast. There was a demographic that broke down: white men voted for Trump, white women voted for Trump, Latino women voted for Trump, but even bigger, Latino men voted for Trump. And there were some black men who voted for Trump, but overwhelmingly they did not. and black women fall into the same category. There were some that voted, but the majority of them did not. So my thing is what okay, so I look at it like this. All right, if you black, you know what I'm talking about. All right, if we are together, goddamn it, and one of us start running, we all start running. Right? We don't have to figure out, the nuances of why one person started running. We just know that it's for a reason. So my thing is that if we in large voted this way, is there something that we can see that everybody else cannot see? What do you think?
What do you mean by that? That we can
So
see that everybody else can see.
yes, so in large, black people didn't go for the right, um, go towards the right. So is it something that is there something with the right that is throwing us off? Um, that would not that's keeping us from going that way, basically. And I know that I played a clip before, and I don't have that clip now, but it was that we're a group that's kind of like, man, look, we can talk shit about each other, but you can't talk shit about us, right? Now we kind of recognize who the hell you bring into the party and who you're catering to, and maybe do you think that they don't create a space for conservative black voters to feel welcome?
I believe that. I believe that. I know I didn't. I was in the comments on the last podcast or whatever, but I believe like when it came to the vote, you know, they put people, especially people of color, against each other in regards to it. A lot of sexist comments came out in regards to not having a woman or a female president. And then it was a stigma about her. It was more or less pointing out her flaws in regards to her being Indian, not black. Cooking collard greens in bathtub, stuff like that. Just clowning her. And um and then she pretty much brought out damn near all the 304s of the music industry to support her. You know what I'm saying? It kind of it made a mockery. It made her look foolish in regards to her running. So if people did vote, of course they're gonna go for Trump because he was the previous president. He was there. He's been there before. And it looked like in his reign, while he was the president previously, he was in support of black folks. Now, yeah, like old buddy just said that, yeah, you just a vote, but it was in certain ones that was holding up the stigma or keeping the stereotype going that he bailed out, that he got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? They got a get out of jail free card. So, and that's probably why some of the black men and women did vote his way in regards to that, because they felt that, maybe he changed or maybe he was going to do the same thing or he was looking for them stimmies, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot that goes into it when it comes to it, of why people probably ran that way versus running the other way, but what I heard, because I didn't vote, I normally don't vote, I've never been in politics like that, but I heard a lot of people, especially black people, didn't vote this time. And I don't know what was their statement in regards to them not voting. But if you don't vote, how can you complain? You know what I'm saying? You don't even have a ground to stand on if you don't vote. If you did vote, you do have some say so or a certain justification in regards to it. But if you don't vote, you get what you get.
Yes.
If that makes
So
sense.
okay, so I hear that, but my question is that if the overall number of black voters that did vote, and that was my first time hearing that, not as many black people voted this go around as they did last go around. So I'm gonna have to check that one, and see why that was. But if the larger group went left, is there something that the larger group is seeing that the other groups is not seeing? Because I understand what you were saying as
That's
far
a
as like,
possible.
hey man, she bringing out entertainers, the adult, not, well, I mean, there are adult entertainers, but not in that format, but not too far
Right.
off from it.
Right.
But I mean, I can understand that as maybe a play for the younger voters, right? But if in large, the group itself is going in a direction and not the other direction, is there something that's being seen that is making us say, even though this woman is trying to maybe use these entertainers to reach a younger group, and it may not be my particular flavor, I'm still going to go with this candidate because this candidate is exhibiting or not exhibiting X.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But I mean, with this run, it was confusing, all the way around. Especially with I don't know. I really don't know in regards to it because he's a convicted felon and this and that, whatever. But how can he run the country if he's a convicted felon? How can he be around guns, being a convicted felon? Is he gonna drop those laws in regards to felons possessing weapons? It was a lot of issues in regards to it, but it's a possibility that that the voters seen something and went that way versus going the other way.
Yes, and
But I think it
that's
was more or less a
evident though.
play
But
in regards to.
Sorry, I cut you off. My bad.
No, I was just saying that I believe that it was more or less it was a play higher in regards to that. Just pretty much putting people against each other in regards
Yeah,
to it.
because so the way that I'm seeing is that I think that by large, we kind of have been experienced to so many bad deals that I think we kind of know a bad deal when we hear a bad deal, right? So I think that even the feeling of saying, man, because that's one thing that I hear a lot of is like a lot of people are saying, man, I feel like I had a lot more money when Trump was in office, right? And then they remember the stimmies that were passed and all those good stuff, right? So I hear those things, as well as and look, I wholeheartedly understand why if your family member was released under Trump, why you would vote Trump. You know what I mean? There's no, I get that. You're right. You can't convince me otherwise. I understand why you would be voting for Trump on that instance, right? But I do think that Tiz Riz with the stimmies. I do think that I think that there was something there that we've seen. I think we recognize this character and large, and I think that this character was something that if we take it back to olden days, would not be in our favor, right? Just by the rhetoric that it spews out, I think that kind of reminisce or brings a familiar feeling of bigotry, really, of and not to say that it's actually true, but I think that it could bring those feelings, especially if you look out into one of those crowds and you just see a massive wave of European Americans. I personally, as a person who is somewhere close to the South, would not feel safe in those environments. I'm just saying. I just would not. I would loved for a conglomerate of America represented in those crowds, right? So I think that's kind of one of the things when you just look in the crowds of the different individuals. I'm not saying Trump is bad. I'm not saying Kamala's bad. I'm just saying just look at the crowds and who they are attracting or who they're including in. And I think that you will probably see a more representation of America than the other. So I think that just the optics alone would probably make black voters kind of pause and be like, wait a minute, I've seen this movie before. in that aspect. So let me see what Kay has. Kay Emil, welcome in, Kay Emil. I think we are going to end up going back to those times. Nah, hey, wait a minute. Now, I ain't saying all that. All right. All right, Michael Jackson, remember the times. We ain't doing all that. Okay. We
Hey,
passed
I'll put
that.
it like this: in regards to that, I don't think it's a possibility in the future. If our youth keep acting the way they acting, keep killing off each other and popping pills and doing all these drugs and drinking so much, drinking themselves under the table, can't keep a job. Yes, it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. As a matter of fact, I want to say, man, last April I came across a clip on YouTube, and they was talking about how in the Texas penal system, I think we discussed it before on the old school e-cam before as well, in regards to Texas having pretty much the old school slave labor for when it comes to the justice system. With people picking cotton or breaking rocks or peeling potatoes. For their time. Time served or whatever. So it can happen, but it's going to be a lot of backlash in regards to it that I think of because of the gun laws. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to, take those weapons in order for them to go back to that. I don't think people or Black Americans is going to settle for that. I think it's going to be a lot of bloodshed in regards to going back to that, that time in regards to KML.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't see a path for that to happen. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that definitely caused it. And I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, but I feel like that's one of the things that could have caused, as in large, the Black community to say, "Hey, man, not this guy." So now, he's not the only one. All right, let's check out the Latino supporters. What are they going through?
That's a Cuban Trump supporter. What a fucking shocker. And his name is Angel Rodriguez. He lives in Texas. In a neighborhood, of course, full of Trumpers, because that's fucking Texas for you. And now he's making a public pleading and a video because his children are trying to play with the children across the street that are the children of Trump supporters. And the Trump supporters are not letting them play together. To the point where they've threatened them, and one of them pulled a gun and started shooting in the middle of the air to scare the children off. And then the worst part is that you call the police, and the police doesn't want to help you either. And they're telling you, you deal with that shit. He's literally saying in his video how the police isn't helping him either. And the police is telling him that the neighbors can file charges on him because they are defending their property.
All right. So this was a popular one that was on social media that was going around, right? So if indeed this happened, right, let's talk about this a little bit, because the Latino population was one of those populations, especially Latino men, who went heavily for Trump, right? And I definitely I've seen this, and it goes back to the question I had before when I was talking about, like, hey man, why do you think the blacks did not go for this guy? And I think it's because for this reason, right? I've seen this movie firsthand, right? I stayed in Utah. I had a homeboy who had his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was Mexican and white. So she had Mexican family members, right, who stayed with her. She was taking care of like her sister, her niece at the time. Was staying with her, and they went to school. And I seen them come home crying around the time that Trump was running this campaign, and how the uptick of racism started foaming. Right. So I was like, man, I seen this happen before. So that's why, and even on there's studies that on X, how much the racial slurs and everything has jumped up since he had not since the election had started. And my thing is that, well, we've seen this before, right? So my question would be, as a Latino, do you think that they did not know, or did they believe that they were the exception? Do you think they think that the hat shielded them from what has been talked about this whole time. I don't know. What do you think?
I'll put it like this. Like you said, you've seen this movie before. They should have seen the movie when he was building the walls before. You know what I'm saying? He showed you his hand before. And I really don't have a major say so in regards to, like I said, I don't vote. That's never been my forte. But
You say you
it was
never
all in
voted?
the news. As a matter of fact, never, not once.
Oh,
Not
man,
even when
I'm
Obama
taking
was
you
in
to go get
office.
registered, man. I'm getting you registered.
I mean, I'm a registered voter, but I did the whole registry voting, and what's the other one that you do at 18? Selective service. I did all that, but I just never voted.
I'm like, yo, there's a
it never been.
Wu-Tang. What was that movie? What's the game you play? I'm like, there's a convention for the Wu-Tang Wuhan. Let's go out here.
It's just never been me. But the thing is, he showed you his hand on the last ordeal or the last reign or presidency. I was, as a matter of fact, I was on the border. I was one of the
I
soldiers
talked to you
on the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was down in the Rio Grande area during that during that time. So and I didn't really see any major pushback in regards to it, but with him building the wall and so forth like that, it was a lot of talk in regards to it. I didn't ever see the wall get completed or whatever, but I think they more or less sent us down there to just monitor the borders in regards to helping the border patrol catch illegals coming across the border. I think that's what it was. And yeah, I did have a sight to see in regards to it. Flying at night with thermal vision, you see a lot of people in small little bitty cars across the border. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother topic in regards to it. But yeah, I mean, he showed, to get back to the point at hand, he showed his best hand in the last presidency. What do you think? Why would you think he changed? Just because now he's a felon, so he's considered a nigga now because he's a felon? You know what I'm saying? He got a charge. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, it's just like in a relationship. Like we talked in regards to the book of Daily Diada or whatever his name was. You know what I'm saying? He showed you. He hit a lot of things in the beginning, right? But then later on, when it came down to the run-ins and he actually won, he showed everybody. He showed the entire world what he was gonna do. I'm gonna build a wall. I'm gonna send him back, this and that, whatever. He got the doggone dude running for vice president talking about Puerto Rico is a trash country or whatever. Like, come on, man. He allowing this? Then he pull up in a trash truck? Come on, bro. He already showed y'all what time it was, man. He already showed you what time it was. Why would you even choose? I get it. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, he had pros, he had cons, yes. But come on, man. Why would you think any different?
Yeah, I think first off, thank you for your service. I remember calling you. It was actually on Thanksgiving. You were stateside, not able to be with your family, regardless if you celebrated or not. You were not able to be with your family because the whole stunt at the wall. So thank you for your service. I still think it sucked that you had to go on that bullshit mission to undo Constantine wire, but thank you for your service. Nevertheless, the wall, look, I don't have a problem with the wall. Build a wall, build a border, make it secure. I'm with that. If anything, the wall to me would say, hey, man, would show just the hypocrisy or the lie to say, hey, you said Mexico was going to pay for it. They didn't. But as far as, stronger borders, I'm not against that. The part that I was a little bit taken aback by was more so calling them rapists and drug dealers. Really, right? Like that's not the Mexican culture, right? Like those things are not just only for Mexicans. Because I know a lot of white boys that in my career field that I was in that also did some fucked up shit too. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about it, so it's not just subjected to Mexicans the way that he pointed it at them, right? But it definitely gave that feel of us and them, and I think that he was using the Mexicans as a to put a target on their back. So as that part, that's the part that I really would have been like, wait a minute, as a Latino, like I don't know if that would have sufficed for me. But we're gonna get some of these comments. You wanna read that one from Facebook as well after I read these?
Either or you can
Okay,
read it.
yeah.
Whichever one. It don't matter.
You know I'm bad at reading. I'll let you.
Yeah, I
do
just pulled it
I
up.
assume
Hey, my Wi-Fi ain't as crisp as yours. I think you should.
I assume anybody who voted for him thought that they would join the privilege. You have to have money for that. In some cases, you're gonna need a lot of money to erase that color off. Exactly right, Miss Zaya says K. Zaya also said, and money still don't let you in some places when you have any melanin. Yes, yeah. I say, look, we was already on the same page. I understand that one.
And that's 100%. That's 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? That's 1,000% in regards to it.
Oh yeah, and then Dizriz ENT side of Facebook. I can't see his Facebook, so he's gracious enough to post it for me. It comes from Darren. It says, I don't believe blacks mainly switched because of Trump. I think they switched due to the fact that they are tired of not getting anything from the Dems. So it was time. Sorry, it's so small on my screen. So it was time to switch up and try to get another outcome. Yes, no, I 100% agree with that, Darren. 100%, man. I think that that was a big sentiment of it all. I think that that was a big part. However, in large, blacks did not go towards Trump in large. So I think that from my perspective, I think that it was the cozy into white supremacy that would be the thing that was kind of like, wait a minute, man. You're down with them, so I don't know if I can be down with you. I think it was just I think it kind of threw a lot of black people off from that. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of blacks that say, hey man, I'll take money. Right? I don't give a shit how racist you is. I'll take some money.
They paying for their slavery. They paying for their first class ticket to slavery.
No, it ain't no secret. It's not in black communities. It's not a secret that certain people do have prices. Certain people do have prices.
It's true. I mean, I'll put it like this. Look at how many folks get locked up by the feds and they dropping names, they snitching and all this other stuff.
They got a price. Yeah.
They got a price. Hey, the feds ain't gonna hey, like Charleston White. Charleston White said it the best. He was like, the feds, they either want I'm on my Will Smith stuff, so I ain't gonna curse. But either the feds want your backside or they want your money. That's it. And people will pay that price. You know what I'm saying? To get out.
And usually, if you look at it, the price that they're paying is for their own good. They're not worried about anybody else. It's only for them. So this is not a secret. It's not a secret at all that we have known to be known to sell people upriver. Keep us
but I put it like this: like what? But my whole thing is that murder for hire. One of the homies is locked up right now in regards to murder for hire on the feds. That's damn near life plus 50. That's similar to the whole old buddy that took the $800, to delete Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? He took $800 and he got 100 years plus 50. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna get out when you're 170? You black, bro. You probably won't live past 60. So you know what I'm saying? You might as well just chuck it off as a loss.
Yeah.
But for the ones that got money, like Puffy and them, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they gonna? I don't know how they gonna get out of it. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. Hey, that's off topic, man. That's off topic. Let's back to this.
I'm not black. I'm OJ. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we've seen black Trump supporters, right? Get kind of said, "Hey, man, look, we just wanted you for your vote." Then we see Latino voters as well, kind of say the same thing. We don't, get told the same thing. We don't want your kind around here, right? So let's move forward. Let's see what the European Americans are facing here.
Yeah, try it. My grandma just sent me a very sad text. It broke my heart. And my mom has yet to text me back today. My point of making this video is to say that I am very happy, and I expressed how happy I was. And I'm not going to be sorry for that. I'm completely heartbroken that my family is taking it how they are. I never did this to them when Biden won. Never. But
all right, man. Is it that serious? This white Trump supporter is now not able to go to freaking Thanksgiving with her family, dude. Is it this serious? Why or why not, man?
That's why I say, just like these bloggers, be on YouTube. I had to hit up Sean Cotton the other day. They have an amazing way on wordplay, on how they wordplay in regards to turn people against each other, right? So with this situation, yeah, I said that in the beginning. This was a play to get people to get families, to get people to turn on one another in regards to, who you gonna vote for. You only got two choices. Who you gonna go for? And I guess she went for the ones that her parents was against. Now she can't go to Thanksgiving dinner. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. It sucks, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's not just like, this hits people in the media as well, man. Let's check out one of the Fox anchors as well.
People are taking some space in the Waters household. I'll have you know that I was not invited to my mother's house for Thanksgiving. Apparently, there wasn't enough room. She said it was a scheduling situation, and then at the last second invited me to come over on Black Friday. I told her no thanks, I'll be at Best Buy.
He going to Best Buy. He getting that Black Friday deal. I understand that.
Hey, on some real stuff, I done seen some sales for Black Friday at Best Buy. That's a whole nother topic too.
Yes, man. So the thing is that, do I think it's this serious? I think for some people it is. And this is why I think that it is, right? I think it's because it's more of a morality stance, right? I think it's more morality than anything when you're looking at the candidates, right? And I think that, like, just for instance, man, let's say me and you are cool, right? You want to come to my job, right? And I'm like, hey, man, meet my boss, Tim, right? Now, Tim, he doesn't believe that women should have autonomy of their own bodies, okay? He doesn't believe that. You might be like, cool, I don't either, right? And then I say, man, and he also allies himself with racists as well. Just so you know that he's okay with racists. He's pretty cozy with them, right? And he's okay with bullying and conning unvulnerable Americans out of their money as well, all right? He created some stakes with shit. He created a university people couldn't use for shit, right? But he's a great guy. Listen to me though. He's a great guy, right? And okay, he's been found liable for sexual assault. Okay, but I think that he's a good guy, right? You would probably say, most people would probably say, no, he's not a good guy, right? And some people might even question me for being with said individual. Right? Hey, by the way, he wants to take away your health care with this and replace it with a brilliant idea, right? A lot of people, I think, would find offense to that. So I think it's more of a morality base, I'm not gonna say hatred, but like disdain by proxy almost, because of who they support and what he represents to the other person. What do you think about it? I'm spitballing here, but what do you think?
Like, hey, this scenario, hey, it sound real familiar. Sound very, very familiar. Um, hey, like one of my old first artists said, if you walk like a duck, talk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. So it is what it is. And you make it big line. You associate with him, you might as well be called one as well. Clarence Clayton Bixby, ain't that his name? The black uh, KKK dude. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And
It
look,
is
I
what it
don't,
is.
because I definitely don't know, but I feel like there is something, and that's the only thing that I can really kind of pinpoint is that, hey, man, a lot of people are saying this is not a good guy. I'm not for sale. This is not a good guy, and if you're rocking with this guy, then therefore you can't rock with me. That's what I think is kind, because of birds of a feather gotta, they flocking together. You know what I mean? So I think that this could be one of those things that it could be one of those issues. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, man. Is that too far off? Do you think that that's around? Is that plausible to think? Because I think that
My whole thing. What I was gonna say though, in regards to it, like old buddy is more or less a businessman. So he's making business moves versus being a politician, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So with him, it was more or less a business move. And like you said, we're taking healthcare and stuff like that. That's a major business move that will fatten his pockets in regards to it. But people just look past it. Like, oh, it's not going to affect me. Or I was there for the Obama, federation, with the, when it came to healthcare and stuff like that, it's not going to be that bad. Then next thing you got to pay $1,000 a month just for healthcare, but you're only making $1,200. So how you gonna live? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So no, this would not. It wouldn't. Number one, I don't believe it would fatten his pocket. But what it would do will leave a lot of people with pre-existing conditions, high and dry. That's number one. What it would do. So I think that. Yeah, I think that for people who are on those, and you know what I've also found out, Steve. I also found out that a lot of people didn't want Obamacare, but they wanted the Affordable Care Act. Matter of fact, they went out and Googled Affordable Care Act. You want to know something, Steve? They're the same damn thing. But because it had Obama's name on it, they thought it was something bad. So now people already have voted and they're saying, well, damn it, I didn't know Obamacare was the ACA program. This is the world that we're living in. Yeah, this is the world that we're living in, dude. And they also said the number of Google searches for "Can I change my vote" was also up as well. So I think these people crazy out here, man. These people are crazy out here. So speaking of birds of a feather flock together, there was a speaking of which, I think Jakart was over there thinking. I think that's what that was for. Welcome in, Jakart. Speaking of birds of feather, Matt Gates. I think it's Matt Gates, not Gates. Matt Gates. He was in the Congress and he was accused of having sexual relationship with a underage girl, as well as sex trafficking as well. Tell me why he nominated him for his AG. That's wild. So AG is basically the entity that was investigating him. Now it would have put him over that. However, fast forward, he is no longer a part of that cabinet. So he got rid of that cabinet. I think he resigned himself. But Trump definitely wanted him there. So I don't know if he was like, you like him young? Me too. Come on in. But that was one of the things that we were going to cover. But since he is no longer in there. We're not going to cover that. But there is another person in his cabinet. All right. I think she might be a problem, man. Her name is Chelsea Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. And she was a Democrat. She got on stage and switched to Republican for Trump. She's always been a Republican leaning Democrat. There's nothing new for those that know her. But the problem that comes in is that she has been accused of being a Russian asset. Let's take a look.
Tulsi Gabbard is someone who has met with war criminals, violated the Department of State's guidance, and secretly, clandestinely went to Syria and met with Assad, who gassed and attacked his own people with chemical weapons. She's considered to be essentially, by most assessments, a Russian asset, and would be the most.
Is that how you consider her? Is that what you consider her?
Oh yes, there's no question. I consider her someone who is likely a Russian asset, who would be as the DNI responsible for managing our entire intelligence community, hold all of our most significant intelligence information and secrets, and essentially would be a direct line to our enemies.
Okay, now this is something that's a little crazy, okay? And I'm going to tell you why, right? So it's been said, and she's been meeting with, dictators or whoever, right? Secretly and all those things. So it's been said for the longest that she's an asset for other governmental powers outside of the United States. Now, with that being said, all right. Okay, so with that being said, look, man, this is crazy.
I'm just trying to find out who she was looking at. I just want to know who she was looking at. That's all.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I wear the dark glasses, because my shit be. Now, okay, so with her meeting secretly, do you think this is a good call to nominate her into these positions where she'll be handling national security, in your opinion, Steve?
I don't think it's a good deal, but it's the same thing with the president. Like, he got Russian ties. His wife is Russian, so
his wife ain't Russian.
Yeah, I could have sworn she was from Russia. Yeah,
she's not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think she's Russian, man.
I'll look it up right now. I could have sworn she was Russian. Okay. I could have sworn. But anyway, birds of a feather flock together. That's all I can say.
Damn, man, this shit.
I could have sworn she was Russian.
You might be right. I'm just
wrong,
saying. You might be right. I'm just saying I don't know if I heard that. I know she's from somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Okay, now with that said, though, right? No, I don't. I think that this is a dumb move. If you have somebody who has been said to be cozying up and giving, or cozying, meeting up secretly outside of the United States government with other governmental powers. Look, man, it's a no-brainer. Let's be honest. It's a no-brainer. Fuck who it is. It could be Biden doing this shit or whoever you want to put in whatever name. This is not smart. You want to know what else isn't smart, Steve? Would you like to know? How about trying to get rid of goddamn background checks?
His transition team is bypassing the traditional FBI background check for some of his cabinet picks. People close to the planning say the team is using private companies to conduct vetting of potential candidates for administration jobs. Critics also say the intrusive background checks could turn up embarrassing information used to inflict political damage. Regardless of what intelligence is gathered, the president has a final authority on who he nominates.
This is dumb. Look, I'm not even going to say Trump. I'm going to switch Trump name with Biden. Biden, this is stupid. Biden, why would you why would you not use the FBI as a good source of checking backgrounds. This is dumb, Biden. Why would you do that? That makes no sense, especially when you have people who are suspected to have ties with our enemies. Why would you do that? Does it make sense to you, Steve?
Thing with the not at all. It's the same situation with the Brittany Griner situation going over to Russia, getting caught with an illegal substance over there that wasn't allowed in that country. And who they released her for? They released her for one of the main terrorists, that was totally against the United States, wanted to delete the United States, supplying missiles and weapons and so forth to delete the United States and any other allies that's affiliated with the United States. So it's a stupid situation all the way around, man. It's dumb.
So let's get to the skinny of it though. Do you think that it is in America's best interest for them to be bypassing the federal background checks and going with an independent? Do you think that puts America in a safer standing or not?
It's going to be 9/11 all over again. It's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse. You think the Twin Towers got knocked down? It's going to be the Sears Tower or the Willis Tower, the main tower in Texas, the main tower in California, main tower in Florida. Man, a lot, man, tower. All of them, man, dams and everything.
Tower. God, all of them gonna be in danger, man. Yeah, I feel that.
Hey, but my whole thing though, that's the same thing when it comes to you're not gonna be able to do FBI checks. That's crazy. Like letting people into the military. There's gonna be all type of treason going on, bro.
No. So it's not for everybody. It's only for the people that he's picking to be into his cabinet. That's it. Everybody else, like if you were like me and Jakar Lee, you had to fill out, I think it's an FS-86, which is basically the same form that the president has to fill out, which is a background check for you to have secret, top secret, and so on. So you have to go through and fill these out, right?
Got it.
So they're saying, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go through. And this is the kicker, Steve. This is the kicker for me, right? They say that he can pick who he wants to pick anyways, regardless of what they find, right? So that would only help the adversaries if they were looking to extort Americans, right? Because if let's say they find out that one of them like to go fishing in pantyhose, I don't know, on the weekend, right? Okay, but you can still have them in your cabinet. So that way now the adversaries can't say, hey man, I got pictures of you fishing while you was in pantyhose. Give me all your secrets, right? Because he can still pick whoever he wants to pick. So it doesn't make sense that, oh well, I don't want the information to get out there. That's crazy. I got some Jakar Lee says what they need to be all in people's business for is his first one, and then second one he followed up by saying, when you trust, then you don't need no checks. When you trust, then you don't need no checks. Okay. All right. Well, speaking of which, let's find out why you would need. I think we already talked about it, but let's find about some reasons why you would need, why background checks are helpful.
Let me tell you, I've been through my fair share, are critically important for the following reasons. These background checks allow trained officials within the U.S. government to identify any manipulation points that nominees may have that bad actors like foreign governments could use for manipulation purposes to try to lead these individuals to do something unethical, to leak classified information, and more. If these individuals don't go through a background check, it's unclear whether they can or should be trusted with classified information in a manner that protects U.S. national security. President-elect Trump may ultimately be helping our adversaries by giving them information about these potential nominees that our own U.S. government doesn't have.
All right, so if security clearances would identify security concerns as well as detect vulnerability, Steve, why would you want to bypass that?
It's something bigger. It's something else going on in regards to it, for him to allow that, or he want to keep things suppressed that's already been suppressed, of these particular individuals, and maybe he allow or do the same things that don't want his information aired out, or he don't want his information aired out.
Yeah, I definitely can see that being a thing as well. Jakar Lay says, "What's wrong with fishing in pantyhose, man? Look, I don't think it's anything wrong with you fishing in pantyhose. I think if you out there, Lee, fishing in pantyhose, I think you're trying to catch something more than just a trout. You know what I'm talking about? So it says now, and look, man, yes, I think that this is stupid, and I'm not going to say Trump because I think a lot of people hear Trump and then they're like, he's cool. But Biden, why would you do? I'm just replacing Trump with Biden. Biden, why would you do that? That is so stupid to leave us vulnerable to outside attacks like that. That is dumb, man. Get it together. Go through the federal checks and make it happen. All right. And now look, Steve, you kind of you kind of talked about it before. You like that one, Kay? You kind of talked about it before, and I am aware of how stupid and pointless it is to be talking about this, based on the fact that we're talking about a guy who kept top secret documents in an unsecure location next to his toilet in Mar-a-Lago. I know, right? It's kind of stupid to be talking about it. However, the facts still remain the same, right? It still remain the same, man. So I think that Biden has dementia. Remember, see, it works. They hear Biden and they're able to say, no, that's bad, right? But if I was to say Trump, they would say something different. So little Jedi mind trick I picked up. So yeah, that's dumb, man. Don't risk the security, for subservience. Don't do that, man. That's dumb. All right, so I'm off of Trump for the moment. We're gonna check out some other. Actually, you know what? No. Does anybody else have anything that they want to talk about? This is an open mic discussion, so if you have anything that you want to talk about, we can talk about it. I'm open for it. I'm cool with it. All right. These are just things that I put in place to have something to talk about. But if there's something that you guys want to bring up, including you, Steve, we can do that as well. I'll wait a couple of minutes. And see what we can see if anybody has anything for us before we kick off this next segment. So while we're waiting, Steve, to see if anybody has anything to talk about, how's your weekend going so far?
Everything is everything, man. I'm trying to make sure everything is in working order. Everything going good though. Can't complain. If I complain, I sound like I got dementia. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Just put Biden name in front of it and it'll be all right. Sometimes you need reading material while you're on the John. Yes. Okay. So no, I don't think so. I think that's an old school thing now, right? Almost like taking the phone off the hook so the school can't call your house, right? It's kind of an outdated thing to me. I think that now what we have are phones, right? So I think you probably need a good game or a video while you're on the John to pass that time. I think that would more suffice than a book, right? Because you don't want to get shit on the book, smeared on the book, and then now you got to throw the book out. And, what I'm saying? It makes a mess. It makes a mess. So I think it's better. You get paper cuts on your ass. You don't want none of that. So just use the phone. I think that works. You can put a book on if you want to. You can read some articles, get some recipes, all that good stuff. But yeah, great conversation, man. I would definitely advise that. We all read the back of the shampoo bottle while taking a number 2. Okay, my bathroom's a little bit different. Okay, my toilet is separate from the shower, so I'm not in range of just picking up the soap and reading it. Kudos to you though. It's all, you can shit and take a bath at the same time apparently, and wash your use Head and Shoulders. So congratulations to you on that one. You got some great topics, man. That one. What about you, Steve? Do you reach for the shampoo bottle and read the back of it while you're taking a shit?
Hey, my bathroom the same as yours. My shit is on the other side of the room. You know what I'm saying? It's away from the shower. You know what I'm talking about? Away from the sink. Away from my toothbrush. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So
Come
I feel
on.
you on that. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the comments, though. Lee, man, I appreciate it. But if nobody else has any topic, we'll go ahead and get right into this thing. All right. Now, all right. So, Las Vegas, there was a cop shooting. Okay. Little breakdown is a man was in his home. He was walking by, or he was, I think he might have been waking up by some noise, glass breaking, et cetera. Right. Because the police gave. Okay. So the cops arrive, right? They come on the scene, bust through the door. They can hear him screaming for help. They come around the corner, and lo and behold, he gets shot. The homeowner gets shot. Let's take a look at this.
Las Vegas cop kills a black man who called them for help.
Hey, they said they made entry. We got to go in there.
Yeah, we got to go in. Hey,
Viewer discretion is advised.
Kick it!
Not going to see the shooting, but yeah.
Metro Police! Metro Police! Hey, drop the knife! Drop the knife!
All right. Who was shot was the guy without the shirt on. The cop, if you heard it, he shot one shot, headshot. The guy drops. He then advances up on him and continues firing 5 more shots before telling him to put his hands up. All right. Man, what I don't even know what to say. How do we fix it? I mean, I don't know, man. What do we do? How do we fix this? What could have been done differently?
I guess don't call the cops no more. I'm speechless, bro. I'm speechless. Wild. Like, to me personally, just coming from the streets and coming from the military background, right? If I kick someone's door in and it's November, so 9 out of 10, if you're in the Midwest or Northeast, is pretty damn cold. Probably the Northwest too. It's pretty damn cold right now.
He's out in Vegas. It was in Vegas.
It's in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. But still, if I kick in somebody's door in the middle of the night and they ain't got no doggone t-shirt on, Will Smith, they don't have no t-shirt on, I would think that that's the damn homeowner versus the one that has on a hoodie and a jacket and whatever else. Come on now, I would think, if I'm struggling with somebody, I wouldn't expect to get shot by the police, especially if I call them. I'm speechless, but I just don't know what to say.
Yeah,
and I always have a lot to say. But I just don't understand this situation right now. I really don't get it.
Yeah. You're rarely short of words. I give that one to you. But More Than Love says speechless. Yes, but even you are not the only one left without words here. Yes. So, okay. So my immediate thought is damn, right? Okay. Cops, as we know, have a tough job that they volunteer for, right? And to save lives. And sometimes they have only seconds to act, right? But do you think that it would have been beneficial to take a second before making a permanent decision in this case? Because I do. I think that to have taken a second to take in, because I'm thinking a sensory overload here. So to take a couple of seconds to take in what's going on before you make that final decision, I think that would, in this scenario, I think that it could have been beneficial. In other scenarios, maybe not. But in this one, both people had their hands close to the knife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that it could have been beneficial to say, wait a minute, let's look at the situation. Let's see what's going on. What do you think?
I mean, that's how we would talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, you have to make your next move, your best move, true. But in a sense, like with this situation, it's life or death. It's life or death. Yeah. If the other guy probably had a knife on me, yeah, true.
No, look, I'll show it. I'll show
probably
it to you. Give me a second. I'll show it to you. We're gonna run it back again. Hold on. So because I think this is
Las
something that
Vegas.
was. I'm gonna unmute you real quick. So right here is where you can see. You can't see my mouse, but there's his hands is going around the person in the red, and the person in the red has a knife. He has the person's arm, and they have the knife, right? So the knife, in my opinion, would not have been really. It's a dangerous tool, but it's not going towards somebody right now, right? So I
right.
feel like
It's
just
up against the
taking that,
wall.
yeah. So just taking that time, listening for who was calling help, looking at the faces, right? Taking time. Sorry, I'm gonna bring us back, but just taking that time to read the situation of what's going on. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what you're supposed to do.
yeah,
Like anyone that's trained, trained military, trained law enforcement, you're supposed to assess the situation, and not taking a fatal shot. If you was going to take a shot, maybe go for for the ankle, go for the lower leg, or lower extremity, or something like that, versus going straight head first. You know what I'm saying? Like, all head ain't good head. I just put it like that. I'm gonna just keep it like that. I'm gonna keep a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, now you about to be locked up the rest of your life because you made a faulty choice. You know what I'm saying? You might get the death penalty because they,
Yeah.
they got it on body cam. Ain't no way to erase that. Yeah, like I would have definitely, me personally, if I was in that situation, I would have told him put the knife down. I see him struggling. Hey, I would have popped both of them in the leg. I would have rather take the lawsuit. And I saved old buddy life. I would have, and saved old buddy life.
Yeah.
Versus taking his life. Now his wife and kids are without a daddy. That's as bad as just being black, walking up the street, and the police jump out on you and then they shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And goddamn, Steve,
man.
get out my head.
Like you need to be.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What? No, I mean, like you're supposed to be better trained than that, man. Like who we training? Like who we training nowadays? I don't know. That's why I'm speechless, bro.
I thought the exact same thing, right? I was looking and I was like, man, I'll take the lawsuit over the loss of life. Like I would take that over this final, because look, they're trained that it's lethal force, so therefore you're shooting.
Both of them individuals was probably blind. They couldn't see what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like you hit with a flashbang when they came around the corner with the tail lights, with the police lights on.
Yeah.
Like it's you can't see nothing.
You can't see.
You can't see nothing. So and I get it, they struggling, but it's like in a sense, like damn. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I would have took that into consideration before I pulled that trigger. Or if I had to pull the trigger, if they start charging me, then yeah, pop. I would have used those 5, but it would have been 4 legs and probably an arm or a leg, a foot or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, versus going to jail for the rest of my life, or they make an example about me, or be marching about me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like I would have been better off in that situation. I mean, I get it. The heart, the heat of the moment, I get it. But I would have definitely went low instead of going high. Because what if he had a shot through him and hit one of his kids or the wife in the back or something like that? But come on, man. Now you got 2-3 bodies versus, shooting for where it would stop.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You're absolutely right. And his daughter was in the house. Luckily, she was unharmed. I mean, she physically unharmed. I'm pretty sure this is going to do something mentally. And yeah, I think you're right on all accounts, man. Everything you said was spot on. Now, at first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I had sympathy for the cop. Right, you coming on the scene, you know what I'm saying. But then again, yeah, I had sympathy, man. There's no doubt about it. Then I realized that he had the answers to the test, and he failed. I want you to listen to what was given to him as he was pulling up.
20 to 35, 10 medium build, red beanie, wearing a black sweatshirt and dark sweatshirt.
Red beanie, black sweatshirt, and black pants.
Hey, unless he was colorblind, he's stupid.
I guess we can go with that. I guess he might want to be the defense. That might be the defense to go. I mean, but what, the other dude was naked damn near, so I mean he didn't have any clothes on. The other dude did have, or whoever that was had a beanie. But yes, there was.
I mean, if I would have seen red, first thing, boom, okay, I'm on him. You know what I'm saying? That would have been my first thought. And, besides the dude without the t-shirt on, I'm in his house, whatever, possibly. But if I got, was he listening? Or did he hear the call, or was he on his phone while he was driving to the scene? You know what I'm saying? Distracted. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is tough because it seems it was avoidable by all metrics. Had he had enough time to say drop the knife, he could have engaged into conversation to find out the situation. I definitely agree, because I think when he had the light, I don't know if they were struggling at that particular time, because when somebody pop around the corner with a flashlight, you got that deer in the heads look a lot of the times where you like everybody's kind of froze, you know what I'm saying? Because beforehand it was help, 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 you know what I'm saying? But then you see the barrel of that gun, potentially everything seemed to stop. The officer was never threatened or in harm's way. No, he wasn't, but somebody was. He didn't take the time out to figure out who potentially could be the person who was, because you do have you can use deadly force to save your life or someone else's. In a lot of cases.
So did he use deadly force on the dude in the red just to even it out?
No, he assumed the guy.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, he definitely assumed the guy who was damn near naked.
Who's in Vegas where it's a million degrees outside? Got a
no, actually, you know what? It's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite, because it's a true desert. So I went out there.
Yeah, I get it. It get cold.
And I was sweating my ass off in the daytime, but I forgot my Gore-Tex jacket, and my ass was freezing at night. It dropped.
Hey, that's how
so
it was
low.
On the border. That's how it was in the Rio Grande area. It's a lot of desert around there.
Dude.
And man, at night in them hangars, man, it was cold as hell.
Dude, I couldn't feel my fingers.
It was cold as hell around.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. More to Love said, thanks, Steve. What did Steve do? What'd you do, Steve?
You welcome.
No.
I don't know what I did.
I want to know, because thanks me too. Hey, wait a minute now. More to Love. Wait a minute now. You're just giving out thanks. You better give me one. No, I'm just messing. Yeah, man. I think that's I don't know if you attribute this to training or what, dude, because by all accounts it seemed like it could have been prevented, just by taking that extra second and checking for a red beanie, black shirt, and black pants. But disheartening, man. Disheartening. He lost his life. And hold on, you kind of went to it, Steve. I'm gonna go all the way with it. This is why you need a firearm in the house. You are there with your daughter. You should have been calling saying, I need somebody to pick up a body. What happened? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he walked in and then he walked out. I don't know. You know, or he walked in.
He walked in but didn't walk out.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that's what should have happened, in my opinion. That way, she would still have her father, and
I would have been picking up the shell cases. Hey, I would have sat him on the counter. Hey, officer, I hit his ass 10 times. The two in his head is this one, this serial number.
On now. I ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing. You got to.
Hey, no, I did it. I did it. All this registered to me. It's registered to me and me only. I did it. He came in, kicked in my door, and all this. Came in with a knife. He brought a knife to a gunfight. He should have thought better.
To the rest of the people in America, you ain't talking, okay? Steve is a different breed. Everybody else, you ain't talking. Your lawyer's gonna talk. You're gonna have a lawyer, and your lawyer's gonna explain what went down. Okay? That knock, me knocking on wood. That your lawyer is gonna talk for you. Okay? Yeah, that's how we're gonna run that. All right? Because anything you say can and will be used against you. All right. So yeah. That's how the rest of America. That's how we're gonna do that. Now we did have somebody try to call in. She dropped out, so I don't think she's gonna. Anybody want to come up? Yeah, let me know. I'll drop the link for you. You can come up and talk about it. Oh wow, it expired. What the hell? Okay. Apparently I didn't do something. More to love. I apologize. All right, so yes, that was that. Look, man, get you a weapon in the house, especially if it's just you and your babies. Get you a weapon in the house. Make sure it's secure but accessible by you. So that way, when things go bump in the night, you're not relying on some stranger who knows how many miles away, and who may come in not knowing the situation. And maybe read the room.
And make sure you have codes, code terms or codes for your family members, you know what I'm saying? So they know to get down and get out of sight. You know what I'm saying? Don't get up running. Just get down. Get down because it's about to go down. If it makes sense. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Copy that. I saw that. Yeah. You saw what? What? I don't know what's going on. More to love. All right, let's see what anybody else got. Anything they want to talk about? Please, if you have anything that you want to talk about, please let me know. We will discuss it. All right. But we'll go on to the next story.
Actually, I'm trying to find out why is.
What's up?
Never mind.
All right. All right, man. So next stop, we're going to go to the great state of Florida. Okay. I believe it was being reported that the son was going to be investigated for some type of violent charge. Okay. So the parents decided to come up to the school and have a civil conversation. Have a civil conversation with the SRO. SRO is basically your, I think it's school resource officer, basically a police who's assigned up to the school. So they come to have a great conversation with the SRO. Psych. This is Florida. The parents decide to go crazy with the SRO, and so let's take a look at what went down with that SRO.
Hell of a thing. So, Florida, a racist couple decided to attack a school cop.
I'm trying to figure out why we shitting around his
Hold on, give me a second. We're talking about us. Because believe me, if it were about the adults, we can solve this at all different levels. So we are talking about a kid that I'm 40. Now I'm telling you, I'm talking to you. Okay, yes, I am going to do. Guess what? Because I pay your salary. Okay, what happened to you? Okay, why are you so worthless? Do you feel proud that you are this worthless lady? Do you feel this proud that you are this worthless? Shut the f up because I paid your salary, you don't bitch. Okay? That's what happened. Look, what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen?
You need to leave.
You are a worthless piece of. Yeah, call back up. No wonder you need to leave.
Yeah. So, wow. What a great role model. I wonder where his son got it from. You know what I'm saying? It was reported that he called the officer a racial slur and belittled her in front of what looks like to be his son and his wife. And I understand we all go a little bit crazy about our kids, but do you think that he went a little too far, maybe not far enough? What do you think, Steve?
She had every right to put hand, feet, knee in that dude face, chest. You know, I mean, he like first of all, you a male. I'm a school officer, so hopefully, you know, it looked like if she carried a firearm, she did practice self-control. Because with him standing up, throwing chairs and shoving chairs, putting his hand in her face, she had all means to defend herself, and she chose not to. She just backed off and and tried to de-escalate the situation. That's what it looked like. But she had every right to do what she needed to do to get out that room, because 9 out of 10, maybe the wall was behind her because the door is through him. So in self-defense, hey, I'm trying to get out that room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely think this went far. And I think that I don't know where this entitlement comes from, but goddamn. What's even crazier is that it went even further. Steve, check this out.
There's nothing that we can do. Okay? We're gonna keep this high.
You need to leave.
You are.
You put your hand in my one more time. I have an issue. Don't do that. Put it down right now! Put it down right now! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back now! That's where you want me, that's where you want. You gotta stop. I'm in 1 minute. Put your hands behind your back now!
Dad, please, thank you. Dad.
Wow. So yes, this could have went bad. He actually took
she was nice.
He hit the officer, knocked her down, took her taser. It wasn't until she pulled out that service pistol that he got some act right in him. Yeah, what do you think about what you just seen?
I know some police officers that would, as soon as he put his hand behind his back, he would have been up against every wall, window, door, just dum 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 dum. Hey, he would have been messed up. He would have been messed up. You know what I'm saying? So she played it cool. She de-escalated the situation. She did. But I think she should have got a little get back. You know what I'm saying? Going out the door, because I would have took him out of the door, because it's kids in the school. You don't want to let off a firearm around the kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to traumatize the kids for the rest of their life. They got PTSD and such. You know, but I would have definitely bumped his head, face, you know what I'm saying, off of every window, door jam, window seal, wall going out the door. You know what I'm saying? After I handcuffed him and told him to stay face down until the police come, until they come pick him up. That's what I would have did. I applaud her. You got the claps. You got the clapping emojis, not the claps. I applaud her because hey, it would have been a bloody scene in there, and when nobody got shot. But yeah, he would have been going home with a couple hundred stitches that day. A couple hundred.
Hey, I would have let freedom ring, and that motherfucker would have did that to me. Yeah, well, hey, we'll pay for some counseling for the kids later. But you know what? And this really, because look, should there be more than one SRO? Because I know some schools, I think they do have more than one SRO. But should there be more than one SRO in the schools? I think so too.
I feel that. Well, we had actually actual police officers in our school. You know what I'm saying? So you already knew what time it was. They're gonna defend themselves regardless. Because they're in there by themselves. But I believe, as a matter of fact, my dad was a school officer at Calumet for a little bit before he went over to CBS, and I believe at Calumet he had at least four. There was at least 4 or 5 different civilian school officers. They were like the detention person. They were actually affiliated in the school system, but they played the role of like the school officer, so to speak. Now they didn't have all the jurisdiction that the police had, but they were able to detain students, unruly students and so forth. And if need be, call for backup. They had a radio and everything to call for backup if they needed assistance. So I believe that she should have had more. It should have been more than one, and maybe that's what the one in the green was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know, but definitely, she played it cool in that situation.
Yeah, no, the one in the green was definitely not, because SROs they are law enforcement. They're just stationed at the school, but they are, for all intents and purposes, they are law enforcement. They can pull you over, they can arrest you, all the above. They got guns, all that.
No, I'm saying like on the civilian side that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, no, they don't. Well, I don't know. They might have that in Florida. They don't have it in Texas. I think they just have the SROs, the actual, and you'll see the cop car, and then a lot of them even have the where they're at, where they're posted up at as well on their cars. So yeah, I think I want to say the school that they're posted up at on the cars as well. But I have no doubt, man, that he did that because it was a woman. Right? And I don't want to be sexist. Okay, I'm not being sexist at all. But I do think that that's one of the reasons why he did that. Because there were too many opportunities for him to really overpower her. And she's the only one standing between the bad guy and the students. So do you think that people in that situation with that built stature or whatever, do you think I feel like they should have another individual there with them, because this could have really went really bad. Really bad.
Definitely. I put it like this: like, I believe Florida is an open carry state, similar to Texas. So you don't know if he had a weapon on him coming into the school or not. Because it's apparent. You're not thinking, you got the metal detectors and stuff for the kids, but a parent come up there and that's on 10. They come up there and he's irate already. I'm glad she didn't take, lethal force in regards to that situation. I really applaud her in regards to that, because that situation could have been worse. It could have been worse.
And I'm not, definitely for her it could have been worse. I think he was smart enough to drop the taser, because I think he really could have gotten dropped if he had that taser. But I'm just thinking from the aspect of, like I said, the students. You know what I'm saying? As far as if and I'm 100% with you. We don't have metal detectors at our schools. We don't. Right. I'm pretty sure in some other areas.
Hey, you better have one in Chicago. You better have one in Chicago.
Exactly. And in other areas, it's probably more common to see them, but in a lot of other areas, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because it didn't look like it was a rundown school. That school actually looked pretty nice from where we was looking at. The teachers didn't look like they was messed up. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like it was a pretty good, for all intents and purposes, probably a middle class area where they probably thought that this wouldn't happen. But I think that this definitely, from my perspective, may have opened up to a chink in the armor. I think that this was a weakness that was exposed, and I think that there should be something to remedy that, because again, she's calling for backup, but who knows how far the nearest cop is if he decided to really go ham on her. Because these guys wasn't going hands on. Green shirt didn't go hands on. He was just trying to block her and block him and stop him from going over there. But he ain't throw no punches. None of the ladies threw any punches. None of them tried to actually, you know what I mean, put him down. So I think it should be looked at. Definitely. Nothing against the woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I
I'll put it like this. In our schools, I have Kay in the chat. Like Kay, she attests to it. You know what I'm saying? She'd be in agreement to it. Hey, the school officer and anyone that's under that school officer is allowed to discipline you. You know what I'm saying? By any means. I'm talking about, putting feet on you. You know what I'm saying? And what the parents gonna do? Come up there and get their ass whooped too? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just how it was. That's just how it was. I mean, nowadays, yes, as the United States, we're soft. We're softer. We're more rainbowish when it comes to pacifists, like the new term in Call of Duty, being a pacifist, being like Lee, and on the game and stuff like that. More passive than aggressive. Yeah, you want to de-escalate the situation, but like you said, it's a female. You know what I'm saying? Like Ice Cube said on Friday to Debo, man, that's a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. So if she had, by all means, being a uniform police officer to handle her business. Now, I could have seen that situation going left, other than the one in the home invasion. I wish the scenarios was a little bit different, but with that situation, I know why she played it safe because of the kids, and other people, like them other folks was in the way, but it would have, I'm telling you, going up out that school, it would have been blood everywhere. Going out that doorway, I would have told the kids, hey, y'all go the other way. Y'all go the other way. Y'all can't come out this door today. Because he would have been off of every window sill, window, wall, corner, door jam. I'm talking about going out there. Lost some teeth. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, stitches. They would have been calling them stitches. I'm telling you.
You would have gave him that yin yang from the window to the wall. No, I hear that.
Hey, but I put it like this though. Being in uniform, when we're in situations like that or detaining a person, not to go into detail, you know what I'm saying? Like dry snitching or self snitching, but yeah, detainee get out of control, and and they're not speaking our language, and they're getting aggressive. Oh yeah, they're being detained, and I ain't talking about just zip ties. They being detained. They're not gonna move until we get to the cell, until we get to the detention center. They're not gonna move.
Yeah.
Hey, we putting that business on them. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it should be.
Yeah, using all them big words, I'm gonna take it as an offense. Take it as disrespect. For sure, man. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick little break, real quick, 1 minute break, and then we'll come back into the show. All right.
Ladies, can we talk? Because I am just so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Y'all are embarrassing, okay? And I mean that in the most respectful way, because I respect the fact that you guys are upset about what has happened with the election, but to get on the internet and to be bashing black men when 8 out of 10 of them voted for Kamala Harris. It's almost like this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, as a black woman, y'all make us look bad. The ones that's really out here crying. Like, y'all are crying. Like, y'all about to be, like, we about to be slaves or something.
Were any of my other black women almost brought to tears when we finally saw the polls all the way broken down and saw how heavy black men came behind us this year in that election? I don't know about y'all, but it did my healing heart something good, and I mean it. Black men, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for caring what happens to us. Thank you for letting your voices be heard and going out there and standing with us and voting and showing up.
All right, man. Welcome back. All right. For those that do not know, that was some queens out there speaking their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was for you fellas out there, man. Especially if you're African American, man, you may not be accustomed to hearing African American women speaking such elegance about
Man,
you.
what?
For such a man that you may feel that you always
Hey,
seem
that was
like we
good
always
though, man.
bump it. Yeah, but it always seemed like we're bumping a lot of the times. Matter of fact, there was a skit, man. There was a skit that I seen where this king was admiring his queen from across the room, man, and she made eye contact with him and gave him like a "What you looking at?" She started looking away. It's like, wait a minute, I can't get a good, nice look, man. Okay, give us some good looks. All right, our culture's crazy. This is some of the shit that happens in our culture. I don't know if the other cultures experience this, but this is something that we definitely do experience. So for those of you who don't receive unsolicited words of encouragement often, that was for you, man. Thank you, ladies, for giving those words of encouragement to the men who stood by you. All right, let's go ahead and move along. There was another clip kind of similar to this, and I want to talk about this, man. Let me see. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Kamala Harris stepped up as the Democratic nominee. All I've been seeing on my timeline is black women saying that they were voting for her simply because she's the same gender and the same color as them. Like, is that all it takes? She just got to be the same color and the same gender, and she got your.
Is that all that it takes? You got to be the same gender and the same color. Shout out to my countryman, man. He looked like he was a hardworking man out there. Skin was popping, melanin skin, looked very well put together, man. Looked like you had an industrial job. You had safety goggles on your head. So you either, you're doing something with your hands, man. Congratulations. Let's go to what he's talking about, though. The sentiment of what he's talking about. He's saying that, wow, because he's hearing black women say, because I can see myself in her, that's why I'm voting. What do you think about that?
Like you said at the outset, man. People did that just to prove a point or support, just because that they felt that they're in the same shoes as her. But the facts came out, that she wasn't 100% black. I think she's Jamaican and Indian, so that was false. But that's pretty much, that was the justification behind it. And that's why I say both entities, it was more or less to put the American people against one another. Like you showed in the other videos in regards to people can't come over for Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. You know what I'm saying? It was just a ploy, or me personally, I look at it as a distraction. It's a distraction for something else. That's what I look at it as.
All right, bet. All right.
I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Well, but that's the same thing. That's the same thing that they did with Obama when they voted for Obama. They voted because he was black, and then after he got elected, they were trying to say he wasn't black and he's king. Yeah, so what? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a choice. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. Will Smith.
Come on, man. Get jiggy with it. Nah. Define act right. Oh, man. He ain't say nothing about that pacifist, did he?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
All right. So let's see. He said define act right. Laugh out loud. I don't know what that one was. I'm sorry. I don't remember what that was in reference to, Jakar Lee. I'm sorry. It's not the case for all black women. I would not for Candace Owens if she was running. You know what? And I can agree with that, right? Okay. Now let's and that's the thing, right? Yes, I get it. Candace Owens, that's a different type of lady, right? But when it comes, I know I'm about to get long-winded. I'm about to get long-winded here, Steve. All right, just bear with
Go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just
Hey,
bear with me,
this your
okay?
show. I'm a guest. I'm a guest.
Yo, because look, I get it. Yes, that's a different breed, but she wasn't Candace Owens, right? And his sentiment is because she looks like me and because she's maybe the same gender. That's why I'm voting for her, right? And why can't there, you know, why can't that be enough for us? Why can't that be enough for us? I mean, it's enough for everybody else, right? Why must we break the status quo for those that don't break the status quo for us, right? I have a couple examples, okay, that I want to go through here. Let me see if I can find. You know what? It may not work, but I'm gonna try to do it. So, like, if we look at the NBA, okay, let's look at the NBA for instance. All right. After Michael Jordan gave up his majority stake in Charlotte Hornets, there are no majority black owners in the league right now as of December 2023. They do it for them. That means all the owners are not black. They do it for them. They pull theirs in, right? Why can't we do it? Right? And if we look at the NBA, or let's look at the NFL, despite more than 50% of the league players identifying as black, and more than 70% of the league identifying as person of color, there's only 7 black minority owners in the NFL. Steve, that's it. That's it. And I don't know about you, but I grew up with a black mom, right? And you know what? And we would go to the store, the hair product store, Steve. We'd go to the hair product store, and on the window were braids, African colors, right? You open up the door, it goes ding dong, right? You look, as soon as you walk up in there, you smell the chemicals all in the air, right? You look around, they got do-rags with black people on there, bundles of weave, right? They have these things, man. But then you look behind the counter, there's an Asian person behind there. You look to the next of them, there's another Asian person by him. You look in the back, there's an Asian stacking up boxes in the back. There's probably an Asian following you, right? They do it for them. They are pulling for them, right? Matter of fact, I think the race riots in LA was one of those things where I think it was an Asian person killed a black girl. And they rioted over that, right? Even if you think of Menace to Society, right? It's depicted in our movies. And I'm not mad at them coming in the neighborhood and doing what they do. That's capitalism, right? But I'm just saying that they pull for them. Why can't we pull, right? Hurry up and buy. You remember the scene, I feel sorry for your mother, right? What you say, right? So it's depicted that they pull for them. Even in the gas stations, man. We go to some gas stations. If it wasn't Asians, it was like Indians, right? And then they had their family there. They pull for them because they look like them. Why can we not pull for us, Steve? That is the question. Why can we not pull for us? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Black hair, right? Black hair care, okay? Black hair care. Black consumers being responsible for 11% of total beauty spending. Only 4 to 7% of beauty brands carried in specialty stores, beauty stores, drug stores, grocery stores, etc., are actually black brands. And only 4 to 5% of all employees in the U.S. beauty industry are black. And for those who are wondering, for those who are wondering, here are a list. I got a list of black-owned hair care products, right? Because I think that it is okay for us to push for us. Simply because it's us. Like, for some reason, we have such a bar for us to have to hop over. We have to be over qualified. Matter of fact, that lady was in service for 20 years. 20 years. He was only in service for 4. But so many people said that she was unqualified. We're not going over the referendum. We're not debating the election. I'm just simply stating that we can't pull for us is what it looks like. And it's black men that are kind of saying that. Not. I'm not gonna say it's majority, but some of the pro-blacks that are saying that. How can you be pro-black and you can't even vote for someone that looks similar to you? You would rather vote for the Caucasian. That seems crazy. And she was qualified, right? So it's like we never give ourselves, and we talked about this, Steve. We talked about this quite a bit, right? We talked about how we just can't get us together. How you know what I'm saying? They just don't support it. We can't support each other, right? You have things, you put out things, you invite them to come in and help. I wanted to have, I'm not gonna make it personal, but you know what I mean? Like we talked about these things, man, how it's hard for us to help each other, man. I think that that's something that we have to get over. And I think that this is a great example that we do have the power and the foresight to see that, hey, man, we're not all that bad. We're not all on that side. We can do that. Matter of fact, you want to see how much they pull for each other? I'll show you. This is Donald Trump cabinet. Find you. This is how they pull for each other. Where are you at in housing? And the only reason he's in housing because it has the word urban in it. He did that to a renowned surgeon. And put him in HUD. One can only assume why he put him there. So I don't understand why we can't pull for us the way that they pull for them. What's the problem, Steve?
Just to go back to the crabs in a bucket. Just to support another black person is the love is not there. They diminished the love. They took the love away from us, you know what I'm saying, so long ago. Like personally, I got family members that's beefing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was close back in the day. So it's just a division. It's just a division. And it's getting worse and worse. It's sad. It's sad. But just to piggyback on that poster you just showed in regards to the hair products, I use Miel. What's that? What is that? What was that? Mint.
Was it on the poster mint that I posted up?
Yeah, it was on the poster. I used Miel on the top left, but I thought they just sold to a white company or whatever. Or they have a white owner now. I thought they just changed that or whatever. But to me, it works. It works for my hair texture. I'm old, but you know what I'm saying, it's getting my groove back, so to speak. So it works for my hair texture, but it's just crazy. It's like when it's not black, it's like it draws more attention. People draw to it for some reason. I don't understand. But just to go back to the crabs in the bucket scenario, I think that's the issue right there. We always against each other versus being one, being unified. I just don't get it. I I don't think I ever will, because I thought we came together when Obama took office, but it seemed like we got more divided then because they made him look so bad, in regards to the laws and things that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the American way, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, just in case you guys need it, I gave you permission to support your people. Just in case, just so it's said, it's there. It's okay. Support your people, man. Oh yes, buy black, root for black. However my vote was for the qualified. Yes, and not the bigger candidate. 100%. I want to make sure that that's clear. I didn't vote for the girl because she was what her nationality was. It was all based off of qualifications. I don't think it hurts that it was a person of color, regardless of what color it was. Who would give me my bodily autonomy? Yeah. Oh, you talking about she would? Yeah. Most definitely. That's what a lot of people voted for as well. So you're not alone in that sentiment, because there were a lot of people who that was one of their main issues, was like, yo, I got daughters. A lot of men too. It was like, yo, I got daughters, I got a wife. Like if it came down to her life or the baby, which we seen some stories of, I wouldn't want to lose my child. And that was a big driving force for a lot of people who went out and vote. So you're not alone with that one, Ms. Aya. Jakar Lee says you didn't vote for her based off of qualifications. I just clearly said I did, but if you're saying I didn't, then I guess you're right. Well said.
I didn't have to vote. That was my baby mama, so I didn't have to vote.
Yeah, that was a no brainer right there. You know what I'm saying? That was just like, duh. Yeah, I got my boo. That's boo power right there.
Man, what you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, man. I feel like other groups pull for them. We should pull for us. Point blank. Period. I was just seeing what you typed down there. Well, that's the show, man. Unless anybody has anything that they want to say, comment on there. You can drop in and have a conversation as well. All you gotta do is say drop the link. I'll drop the link for you. You can come up and talk as well.
I just want to apologize to the podcast. Like, I ain't never had no trash internet like this before. Like, man, like I've been fuzzy. I'm watching on both sides, and it's been fuzzy. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I despise Spectrum. I almost said something else. I despise them. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, yes, I am using Wi-Fi versus hardwired due to the circumstances, but it will be back up. I'll put it like this: by February, we should be back up and cooking. I'll just put it like that. Just put that in there.
All right, bet that. Jakar Lee said, somebody who did the job already is more qualified than the person who hasn't. Okay, I think you're saying that because he was 4 years in government that he's the qualified one versus her 20 years in government. I think that's what you're saying. All right, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. That makes sense. 20 years, 4 years, she wasn't qualified. Matter of fact, he was so overly qualified that they voted him out. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, that I can't argue with that one. Oh shoot! Wait a minute.
Check out the big brain on Brad. We happy? Vincent. We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
We have. Oops, wrong one. We have a donation from Messiah. $50 donation. Thank you, Messiah, for your $50 donation. We will. You know what? I think $50. I'll say $25. Really deserves another day. So what I'll do is I'll come back tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. What I'm gonna talk about, I have no idea. But I'll come on here tomorrow again, and I'll chop it up with you guys about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, or whatever it is that I can find to talk about. And we'll kick it for some more time because I think that's a pretty hefty donation. So thank you so much to Messiah. Yeah, we're about to get up out of here, Steve. Let me see what Jakar Lee said real quick. Okay, I got you. 4 years in government is crazy. Forgot he was the president. Oh, for 4 years in government. Yeah, that's where that 4 years was. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, mine cut off in the background. I don't know what happened.
Okay, you're still good on this end.
I don't think it's mine.
You're still good on this end. But yeah, you got anything going on, man? Before we get up out of here, I don't think anybody else has anything to say. Just Jakar Lee. Sucking master's tip.
Man, nothing currently.
Okay.
Man, nothing currently, man. Just trying to get my YouTube back in order. Trying to get that, back up and cooking. That's about it, man. That's about it. I am no longer a Kansan. Let's put that out there.
Congratulations,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Congratulations.
I am a Texan now. I am a Texan. So, you know what I'm saying? But the heart is always Chicago. But yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's official. It's official, like a referee with a whip. So it is what it is. It felt like, it really feels like I was born to live here. I just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? I fit in so well in the DF Dub.
Oh, it man, fuck Texas. Not fine.
Hey.
What'd you say?
I said, hey.
Oh man, hey.
Let's see. Jakar Lee says, stay here so we can argue. What you want to argue about, man? Talk to me. I'm here right now, so you want to argue, this is the time to get it in. But you've been winning all the arguments so far, so I don't know how much argument I could do. But yeah, man. Look, I've been having so much fun doing this. I've got to have some friends on here, some family on here, meet new people as well, reunite with some other people as well. So I've been having a blast, Steve. But I've been questioning on if I want to continue this. I'm gonna have to continue now that Messiah dropped 50 bomb in here, but I've been wondering if this is the route for me, man. I've been having, like I said, I have a good time, but I want to have a pretty good diverse panel, but I can't get anybody to come through, man. Everybody's busy, so I'm like, fuck, man. I don't know if I should continue with it or if I should just give it up. What do you think, man?
Man,
the book said to confide in other men, so I'm confiding in you to hear your what you have to say.
I say go with your passion. You know what I'm saying? Go with what you know. What you know. I think it's been a hell of a ride. It's been a hell of a ride. I try to be his day one. You know what I'm saying? But the circumstances right now, as you can see in the back, it ain't causing me to be here all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And like we were saying, black love, black support. We support each other. And that's just what it is. But me personally, I think I would give it some time with going back to the news versus you know what I'm saying, because with the book club, that was, it took a turn. You know what I'm saying? You did get a lot more insight. It was very opening. And then going back to the news. But what I would do is probably I would keep it diverse. I would keep it diverse like you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Add some news in there, add politics, and then, maybe ask some pointers in regards to what's hey, he a hater, bro. He a hater. I tell you about the cuz, bro. I tell you about,
I'm
man,
not gonna lie. This dude is crazy, man.
Hey, I tell you, he just called me Mike Vick on social media, bro. He just called me Mike Vick in so many words.
I was gonna say low key, but it was very high key.
Yeah. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was just say keep doing what you're doing, man. Eventually the right people, what I'm saying, would catch on to it, and it would just grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for instance, I've been on YouTube 10 years. It took me 10 years to get where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody don't want to wait 10 years, but after 2,000 videos, finally started catching on. So, I say do what's right for you, do what's right for the channel, and do what you enjoy, and bring that to the channel. If you need to go back to game streaming, and I ain't no peer pressure, but you know what I'm saying, just if you need to go back to game streaming, do game streaming, because you still got another channel for that, and then you can still drop that little sauce in the description, in the comments, check out my other channels, this and that, whatever. And you never know who you might come across, because, a lot of people play Call of Duty, a lot of doctors, lawyers, come across Call of Duty. You never know who you might come across in that lobby, or playing Warzone. You never know. So I would say keep sprinkling in this and that, the politics, game in the books, and do what you love. And stay consistent with it. By all means, stay consistent with it, because like when you lose that consistency, that's when you get down. You get down and out. Like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it. For the long haul. For for the consistent. Just to being consistent behind it versus I hate to say it, but little people. Because me personally, like my followers, I probably got some family members that follow me on my social media or on my YouTube and stuff like that. But my followers are people that I don't even know, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? My bigger following are people that I never met, never seen a day in my life. They probably seen me on the streams or my content. They follow my content, but that's what I'm saying. I never met any of them people. You know what I'm saying? And I support them. I appreciate it. Because they could have went to any other channel besides mine. But I would do it for the people versus trying to please, ones because the thing is, the ones they're gonna support it when it's convenient for them. They're not gonna support all the time. You have your select few that will support, but 9 out of 10 they're not gonna support. So do it for the people. And do what you feel is right for you. That's what I would say. That would be my advice to it.
All right. More to Love said, I totally agree. And Jakar Lee said, drop the mic on him, Steve. Yes, for sure. Okay, so some of the things that kind of stuck out to me was the kind of it almost sounded like you were saying mix and match it up a little bit with some of the content instead of sticking to one thing, maybe incorporating some other topics in there. Because I don't mind doing this. Like I'm okay with doing this.
I mean, you still got 3 other channels too. You still got 3 other channels.
Man, I dropped the channels. I dropped the channels. I dropped the channels.
They're not active anymore?
No, they're still active. I'm not, I had Queen.
You can change the name. You can change it. You can change the name.
Well,
you can hide those videos.
Well, because I'm thinking about keeping it. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about keeping it here. Just the topics change, right? So beforehand, we were doing clips about relationships and things like that. So I might do some things about relationship, things like that, right? Now we might come from a different perspective, being that we read that book, and maybe there's some places where we can apply it or whatever, you know what I mean? And talk about it that way. So maybe that might be what I do in there. Or, because look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Can I talk to you? Can I vent to you for a little bit?
Talk to me, brother.
It's just us. It's just us here. But it's a little disheartening because I have like 30 plus people I think that I send invites to, but nobody shows up, man. Nobody shows up, right? You're always consistent. Even when, okay, I'm gonna let them know. Even when Steve isn't here, Steve is still here because Steve, he allows me to stream on his platform. He doesn't have to do that, but he does. So even if you don't see Steve on the stream, Steve platform is streaming this, whether you know it or not. So Steve is always present, even if you don't see Steve. But
and I don't want to sound like a dog fighting ring. That's why sometimes I can't make it right now. But yes. But that square footage coming in handy in the future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be good.
Yeah. No, because Steve is one of the consistent people that are consistently here, and I understand everybody can't be here because they got shit going on, right? But man, it's tough because I want to really provide a difference and of ideas, right? And liven it up a little bit, but and I'm not downing anybody for not being here or can't make it or whatever. It's just the fact is that I do send it out to quite a few people, and nobody shows up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, dude.
That's why I say switch it up. That's why I say switch it up. I would switch it up, like on some real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because it's a podcast. It's hard to say, but I don't know. I mean, me personally, I would just keep doing it. I would just keep talking about certain topics. You know what I'm saying? I would just keep talking about certain topics, and you never know, like, who might catch on to it or who might get wind of, and then they probably start following. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because I done tried so many things. So many things I've tried over the last 10, 12 years or whatever, and who would have thought Mortal Kombat would catch on? You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought Boondocks would catch on? But
because I don't even think I got 100 subscribers. I don't even think I got 100 subscribers, dude. And I've been doing it for like 3 years. It might be 3 years on its way to 3 years. So I'm like, God damn, dude, like what? And I get it. It may not be everybody's cup of tea. That's why I don't take it personal. But it's still like, damn, man, like, and some of that, a lot of that is on me as well. I got to take ownership of that. So a lot of it is on me as well. But still, it's like, damn.
I believe that the people, I think me personally, just on the outside, just taking myself out the equation, I think a lot of people miss the news. I think they miss the news because you got a lot of like random traffic when you start talking about the news. The cops and sheriffs shooting in Florida. Talking about Chicago, the immigrants. Talking about Ramaswamy. You know what I'm saying? Like for the videos that I could think of, those videos went crazy. Those videos went off, and it was talking to a broader audience versus just keeping it. Like keeping it Trump or keeping it political. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you know what? That's what I'll do is I'll go into the analytics and I'll see which videos got the most views on it, and then kind of let that kind of guide me to where I might need to be at. Because I enjoy talking about all of it. I enjoy talking about the news. I enjoy talking about these crazy women. I enjoy it all, right? So I'm like, okay, I can and I definitely have fun with the book, though I probably won't do that again. But I definitely did enjoy. I did get a lot of good information from that. But yeah, I think yeah, I'll check the numbers to see, man. I'll check the numbers, see what it is, and then go.
And me personally, like what I would say, like on some realness, I would say not keep it black, but keep it to what's going on, and like keep it to your opinion in regards to it. Because I definitely thought about this. Like, shout out to Caliber. I watched a lot of his videos. You know what I'm saying? I watched him come up, and he has a fantastic. I don't know if he does his own editing or what, or he has an editing company that does it on Fiverr or whatever. But his videos, they be on point, and they be 30 minutes, 40 minutes at the longest. If he's doing a live stream, and he talks about different topics. Yeah, more or less. I think he used to do beats or something like that. So he talks about a lot of hip hop news, but he talks about a lot of different topics, in regards to like the Black community. You know what I'm saying? Like he talked about the Young Dolph situation. He talked about the King Von Rondo situation, or Quando, whatever his name is. He talks about the different things. He talked about Kamala Harris bringing out, you know what I'm saying, not Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, stuff like that. So, you know, that helped keep him diverse. You know, even though he's keeping it strictly black, he's still being diverse and talk about different topics. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a dope concept. It singles him out, it singles him out in regards to him not being Charleston White versus him being broader, even though minimum, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, so you gave me a lot to think about. I'm definitely going to be looking to implement some of these things. Messiah says 100% for your passion, or 100 for your passion, and the followers will come. Yes.
I totally agree with that.
And you know what? I'm not even, man, dude, I don't even care about the followers. I want my friends and families to come on to the podcast. That's what I want.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
That would never happen. We just discussed this. We just discussed it about blacks supporting blacks. We just discussed that. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. Now, eventually, when that bag start coming in, they gonna come back. They gonna come around. You know, but you know who's real in the beginning and who's not.
Yeah.
You know, and not to say that they're not real, it just might not be their cup of tea. So once you diversify and start doing other things, you might start drawing attention to them, and then, man, I can jump on this. You know what I'm saying? I might say some, 2 cents about it. You know, and I think, me personally, I think a lot of people just don't like being on camera. I think that's what it is.
I think
that
that's
a lot
the
of
same.
people, especially the females.
Yeah,
Especially
and that was
females.
the only
that's the
thing
issue.
was that it affords me the affordability to be able to jump, because the other one didn't have the ability to jump to these different scenes the way that I'm able to do this one. So that's the only reason for this one. And then I really think that it creates but yeah, I get what you're saying as far as a lot of them don't want to be on screen as well. So yeah, I get it. So, well, what I'll do is I'll give it another year. I'm gonna give it another year, possibly. I'm gonna see how I feel. I'm gonna give it 6 months. I'm gonna give it 6 months, see how it is. I was hoping to open up my bottle and drink it on camera when I got a certain number of subscribers, which I'm not chasing subscribers, but
What's that? The Ace of Spades? That's
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about drinking that when I got a certain number of subscribers, but I think I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna come tomorrow. I'm gonna put out the bat signal for those who can come, but I'm gonna come on here again at 5 since there was a donation over $25, and I'll come back and do it again, and maybe we cover something different. You know what I mean? Since it'll be an impromptu thing and it's not on a Sunday, I'll probably end up doing something of that magnitude. So y'all be ready. See what we're gonna do. And yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make it happen. But thank you again, Steve, for coming through. Also, thank you for taking the time out to talk me through this as well, and everybody in the comment section as well. Thank you so much. Thank you to Ms. Zaya for the donation again.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And everybody that was in the comment section as well, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for everybody to hit the like button as well. Appreciate you. You got anything for us before we get out of here, Steve?
Man, I don't know. I'm speechless after them clips, but hey, it was a good show. It was a damn good show. That's all I'll say. And everybody enjoy the rest of the week.
Yes, man. Like always, it was a blast, man. I enjoyed you coming in. Thank you for coming in. Like, I know you're going through a transition right now, so thank you for making the time to come through. It would have been pretty boring if it was just me by myself.
No Diddy.
Wait, no Diddy for what was the Diddy? What
Diddy?
Diddy?
I'm going through a trans.
Going through a transition.
Yeah.
I get you. All right, I get you. Yeah, not that type of transitioning, but a life transition. So I appreciate you taking the time out to come through and show some love, man. Dizriz ENT, Dizriz Boondocks Review, all of the above, man. Thank you for coming through. I really, really do. Is the merch back up again?
The merch is actually back up. It's back up. It's back up. Yes. It's back up as of November 1st. Yep.
All right, there it is. Go ahead and cop y'all some. What's the www.dizrizent.com?
ENT merch.
ENT merch.
Yep. No, ENT merch.
ENT
merch. MERCH. Yep.
Okay.
MERCH.com. Yep.
There it is. All right. Make sure y'all go get y'all something, man. I already got me something. Make sure y'all get y'all something as well. I'm looking for some more stuff, so I might be back and give me something else. But make sure y'all go through, support, man. Until next time, man, y'all take it easy. I don't know if my catchphrase was zip it up or zip it out, but see y'all later.